EX Thunderclaps and just apply pressure after that. It could be a different story, but we're not even going to get to see Urine. He's sticking it out with his Necalli. Good choice.
You know, maybe he's just trying to either level up Necalli or actually dedicate his time and effort towards this character. You know, I don't blame him. I still feel Necalli also outshines Urien.
I am starting to think the same as well. But here we go. Game 1, loser bracket action. Crossover versus ELTIGRE.
VERTEX strike ELTIGRE doing very well for himself throughout the entirety of this tournament. Making it all the way to top 8, made it past that first round of losers.
What an air-to-air.
Crossover RD is just trying to find the mistakes from ELTIGRE.
That was such a good sweep to interrupt her dash after the Thunderclap came out.
Oh, and
command grab.
Ugh. He's so good at mixing those up. Got caught pressing a button.
And is that the round? Not yet. Yes, sir. Never mind. Yikes. Ouch. Yowza. Kablamo. That was crazy.
Is that all you were going to keep going with, Rip? You got to...
There's a long filler without you, Vicious. You're back.
That's right. All right, so again, Crossover RD making quick work of ELTIGRE. But again, ELTIGRE, you can never count him out with the likes of Laura, especially when she has Party Time V-Trigger. Nice! Getting that
Party Time
uppercut. Crashing the party is Crossover RD, and this is where he shines the most. As a player, as a character, Necalli, getting that corner pressure, so tough to deal with.
Back-to-back stuns for him, round to round. Going to spend the critical art this time.
This could potentially kill, but it is going to be a ton of damage. Actually, there's some scaling involved.
Yeah, tons of scaling.
One more hit can do it.
Here comes Trigger from Laura.
Oh no, Party Time. He got the invite. Thunderclap, yeah, way to get out of there.
Ow! I can't believe he didn't catch the V-skill overhead with that jump back. Nice intercept with the jab.
Be active. Yo, Crossover RD sniffed out all the Thunderclap scenarios, didn't even bother blocking them, just jumped right out to safety and caught ELTIGRE down one game.
Yeah, smart stuff from Crossover. Great start for him as well.
Yeah, very dominant first game for Crossover RD. Again, we kind of expected him to use Urien, but this is definitely not the case. He's been rocking out Necalli, and it worked out for him. He played the neutral pretty patiently. Didn't opt to go for too many V-skills, right? Had to rely on ELTIGRE making the first moves.
Right, and he ended up catching a lot of the dashes from ELTIGRE, a lot of interceptions there, and they really were translating well into damage for him.
Yeah, definitely is the key here for Crossover RD, because once he gets the momentum going for himself and gets that corner positioning, that means the world for a character like Necalli, because we kind of see him as having stubby normals, but he does have the high damage if he converts it correctly, and he does have a command grab. Again, having that scenario presented means the world for Necalli players.
Yeah, so a good choice for him to switch characters here, you know, build up his Necalli, as we mentioned. It's paying off for him. But you got to remember, ELTIGRE did have a slow start against DRA when he brought out that Ibuki earlier as well. ELTIGRE lost that first game there, but still brought it back to take the set. So you can't ever count him out. Definitely a veteran player, very good at adapting to the matchups as they're presented, especially across longer sets.
You know, a little fun fact about ELTIGRE, I know he kind of goes for the other colors from Laura, and I really like to see that. That's when he's like all serious business. He goes for the Ryu Champion Edition.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the color. Here we go. Game number 2 between Crossover RD and Strikes ELTIGRE. Already out the gate, getting that momentum going for himself. ELTIGRE looking to push Crossover RT and keep him within this corner.
Yeah, that V-skill overhead was trying to keep the stun bar up. Unfortunately, not going to get it. But ELTIGRE a much better start this time.
Guys, that has to go punished. You can never leave that on the table. Highly punishable is that V-skill. Opting to use the V-reversal right then and there because he does have the life lead, but Crossover RD in full V-trigger doesn't need to charge it.
Yeah, that's standing strong, doing so much work right now for him.
Nice call. One more touch from ELTIGRE. No, just goes for the jump back.
Oh, and he got him.
That's really unfortunate. Yeah, caught ELTIGRE. Wasn't a counter hit, just got caught with the Fierce. Wonder what could have happened there on ELTIGRE's behalf.
Yeah, regardless, though, Crossover getting that first round. Good lead from gets caught with the Fierce that time.
What a conversion, too. I thought he was going to let that slip. Another crush counter coming your way. A lot higher damage conversion, but get off me.
Unfazed. He's like, whatever. You blocked one. You're not going to block two of them. Back to back.
We're never going to block two of them in a row.
But man, they are just swinging right now. And Crossover has the corner control.
The conversions. What, medium kick? Don't count him out. One more touch again in that scenario.
Yeah, but he's about to get full meter, and he's got the critical heart.
It's as if you called it a mile away.
Got him. Crossover. Going to take the lead 2-0 just like that. And, man, you know, I was watching a lot of Phenom last night at E-League. He qualified to go to the playoffs as well. But a lot of the times with his Nikali, once he popped the V-Trigger, he would just save up until he had the meter, and then he would look to end it with a critical art. And that seems to be the optimal way to play V-Trigger Nikali.
Yeah, just save the meter and go for the kill. Absolutely. You know, that was pretty much mirroring the first round of what just happened. ELTIGRE, as soon as he popped off V-Trigger and got that life lead, there was just one more touch he needed off of that knockdown. Missed the opportunity completely. Couldn't get a median time, and Crossover just managed to escape very narrowly.
Yeah.
And then catch that low.
And I don't think we're going to see another character out of ELTIGRE. He's already readying up. We're going to see that Laura return. And, man, Crossover, despite not using his Urian, his Nikali's putting in some work here.
Yeah, it's very surprising. You know, we've seen so much, I've seen so much data personally on Crossover's Urian, but this Nikali play is looking exceptional. He's definitely studied the character, and it looks, you can see it for yourself, how dominant he is in these certain ranges and scenarios.
Yeah, and of course, right now we're already down to our top 5 out of this top 8 that we started with tonight. So if he wins this one, he's going to guarantee himself a top 4 finish.
That's excellent. That's an excellent place to be here. The Capcom Pro Tour online qualifier for the Latin America region.
Number 1. There'll be a number 2 later.
Yeah, for the rest of the regions as well. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about these guys going at it once again. It's going to be Crossover RD versus ELTIGRE. It's going to be 2-0 so far. Hopefully, ELTIGRE can adapt, because we don't want 3-0 shutouts.
No, we don't. Let's go ELTIGRE.
Round 1.
Here we go. Vertex Strike. ELTIGRE versus Magitech's own Crossover RD. Trying to feel each other out here in the neutral. A couple of whiff normals here and there, but again, finds that anti-air.
And this time he's going for buttons after doing the side switch. Before we saw him go for the command grab. We haven't really seen that in this set so far from ELTIGRE.
Oh, catches jumping, but it wasn't enough. Manages to get that crush counter and getting that elbow through. Had to finish it. Doesn't get a meter, though.
Oh, and these roundouts are adding up now.
Max distance, too, so it's going to be hard to contest afterwards.
Yeah, only -4 on block. So unpunishable when it's out of range like that.
Nice anti-air. Caught him jumping again. And I like that. He's mixing between the V-skills and just standing still. Activation. Meaty time. He's going to... Yeah, he gets it.
Oh, goodness. ELTIGRE is in big trouble here.
And I like that option. Going for the meaty again to present that offensive pressure and the mix-up with the overhead putter in a coffin.
We have not seen that overhead out of him once. And here we go. Set point for Crossover.
And didn't quite get that conversion off the crouch strong, but still managed to get a sweep against ELTIGRE. You heard the thunderclap, but got stuffed.
Is that what that noise was?
Yeah, static electricity. Yep. That's exactly what that was. Again, Crossover RD all over the case with that roundhouse.
Oh, gosh. ELTIGRE's got full resource, but he's got a stun instead.
Is this death? Fierce?
It probably is.
One more instant
my
overhead.
goodness.
He does. Yeah, you had to see that coming.
The calls. You're on point again.
We're back, boys. We're back.
We're pulling it back together. Crossover with the sweep. 3-0.
Yeah. Regardless of if that were blocked or not, he still had a ton of life to make that error. And
I don't know. Against Laura, it's scary, man.
Right. You get one knockdown.
Like EX command grab as a punish or something, you're like, uh-oh, I might be dead.
Yeah. The other considerable factors is he's up 2 games. So he's willing to make